Today on Biosyn Labs, we're going to try and push towards Alamosaurus. We may not get there, but we're going to start in that direction. 55 seconds on that synthesis batch. We might want this welfare person. Yeah, let's hold off on doing that. We can... Actually, yeah, let's do this instead. So we'll hold off on researching that. We will push that, but probably it's going to take a little while. Let's work on getting out some of these other dinosaurs. So let's do compies. Now, the plan for compy is to see how tiny of an enclosure we can make. That's what I'm curious about. How crazy can we get with these compies? So, humble and social are the two main space editing genes. Although, I might want to get rid of that short-lived. So, long-lived, 0, humble, 75, social, 50. We need a humble social alpha, and then we hatch 8 of these for minimum population. And we see how tiny of an enclosure we can make with that. That is an 8 genetics task, so these two are perfect for that. Synth up those compies. So we'll put that in over here. So I guess we'll just continue off of this a little bit. Maybe we go down like this, and then we can grab one of these. Nice little viewing gallery, align that roughly with the path, and just kind of start on it here. Maybe we'll put it right about here. It's going to be crooked no matter what I do, but I got to sit here and fiddle with it. That's as good as it's going to get. Now, how tiny can we go? These are the real questions we're asking today. Oh, why in the world? Oh, because it's going to be not quite straight. Because it never is quite straight when we're off the alignment like this. As soon as you break from the predetermined grid alignment, everything goes to crap. So let's start with basically a 1 square unit enclosure and go from there. Delete this little nub. See how that works with these compies. And yeah, we're going to try a second little confined enclosure as well later, which we'll probably put right in here as right next to it, I imagine, in the same area. And that will be a surprise for later. We're not going to reveal what dinosaur we're going to look at for that yet either. You can narrow the list down because it's going to be a tiny dinosaur, but we won't reveal that quite yet. Feel free to guess in the comments. If you're correct, I'll not acknowledge it in any way. Okay. Styxosaurus, 11 seconds. We can go faster here. Get all that done. Everything done. Yeah, 2. Excellent. Give me those. 7 and 2. Also, are there there's just no storms on this map in general, huh? That seems to be the case. Alright, I mean, that's a perfect set of fossils to process, I guess. You do it. I don't want to use one of the other people right now. You can rest. You can rest. You're busy. Just go pick a Styrac location and send a dude out. There's that. Can we still do, yeah, sauropod research. 7, 5, and a 1 on that treatment person. Yeah, okay. We can definitely put a point into her genetics because she's almost capped on welfare, actually. So 7-2. Do that. One person left. I don't know if we have... Oh, we do, because we got a new pattern. Or a new... Well, yeah, we got a new color, which unlocks a new pattern. Those are the words I meant to say. So you do that. Perfect. Everybody's busy. Everybody's doing something, except for the people who are on vacation. And then, yes, copy eggs, 8 viable. Social humble. Yeah, so we got our alpha. We got a few redundant ones. So we hatched this clutch of 8 specifically. And that's our copy population. 5 welfare. Well, I'm sure somebody will be back soon. Let's get the rest of this set up. Attach that. Let's get a little dollop of water. If we can. There we go. Clear those trees out because that's going to mess up the water. And a feeder. 1 regular meat feeder. Right there. Okay. You do that. Sticks are still 5 minutes out. Just doing a little checkaroo here on the lagoon. Now, curious what the appeal total here is like, actually. So these guys are 117s. Actually pretty low appeal on Ichthy, which is probably why it can actually chill out with these plesiosaurs not being an issue. These guys are 789. I'm not sure how that compares. We don't have genetic material for other ones, so we can't really compare. I think Styx is, I think, kind of mid-tier. How big is Styxosaurus compared to an Ichthyosaur visually? Can't even find it. There's an Ichthyosaur. So that's kind of a size comparison. It's really hard to like maintain your level here in the water. Ichthy, Styx. So Styx, yeah, I think Styx is like mid-sized. Not as small as Plezzy, not as big as Elasmo. But I could be wrong on that, so that's just the impression I have. Don't sue me if I'm wrong. Okay, disgruntled. Let's get them on leave. Take a break. Styraco, and some other junk. The Toro can wait. Just the 2 Styrac dig sites, it looks like. Oh yeah, I missed that comment on the Titanosaur Chief. I was distracted, and I don't understand the reference. So, you're correct. Are the copies done? No, 2 minutes on copies. Okay. Research. We finished Kamara, not Casmo. So let's keep pushing sauropods. I said I wouldn't acknowledge the guess for the dinosaur. And I don't think a Titanosaur specifically is likely to be the thing we put in a very tiny pen successfully. Those, for some reason, those feel diametrically opposed. I like the little side snap they do. I don't think they're actually looking at each other, though, because we've seen them do it when they were the only ones in the watering hole. I don't know if the aquatics have a social animation. I don't know if there is a social animation for Styxosaurus. Whoa. Nice fish dive there. That was cool. Would have been better if we were zoomed further out when that happened, but good to see him do something. Alright, let's get these copies out and crammed into the tiniest area we possibly can. Dimetrodon actually has surprisingly high area requirements. Especially for being such a tiny little shit, and especially for it living in a literal goddamn mineshaft in Dominion. For some reason, he likes to be in a nice open area. I guess they've paid their toll, spending all that time in the mines, and now, you know, they're a bit of a diva, and they're like, I'm not going back in a tiny spot. It's not happening.
But don't let its stature fool you. It can be a ruthless hunter.
Okay, so we need forest, we need sand. So we're already going to have a problem here in that we can't really fit much forest in this area. So we're going to have to expand for the forest alone, if nothing else. I wonder if you had the shape of this done just right, if you could pull that off better. Maybe. Maybe if it was perfectly shaped. Let's go back another 1 block. Maybe. Like that. And then let's sand brush this as well. Brush, sand, that's rock. Sand, sand. Big sand brush, please. Thank you. All of the sand. Plenty of sand. All they need is forest. Wait, do you not see the meat feeder yet? No, it's definitely meat. Not sure what your deal is. Okay, there it updated. Now it's counts. Okay, so the area is not yet met. Let's do this. Let's do invisible fence. We'll just go back here, kind of. Let's line it up with that. Just pick an arbitrary distance. Bridge that connection. Get that segment built. And we'll expand piecemeal. Like this. Because that gives us more room for trees, specifically. The other thing we could do is try decorative trees. Maybe that's what we gotta do. Uncomfortable because the pop's not met yet either. Okay. Decorations. Decorations. Trees. What do we got? We've got various pine trees. Some ones with like stripped lower branches or something, it looks like. These are all just like various pine trees, huh? Okay. Well, let's pick just a regular little tree. Start arbitrarily rotating these and cramming them in here. Now, is this going to replace any of the existing trees? I don't remember. No, it looks like we can just stack these with the other trees. So this actually might be really valuable for getting this enclosure real small and compact. We just fill the bastard up with Christmas trees. We can mix in some other ones. Trees, 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 trees. Trees, please. Smaller ones do seem to fit in a little bit better. Maybe. It looks like the footprint's probably the same size, actually. So the hitbox is probably the same size, too. I wouldn't assume you'd give the model here a different square footprint, even if the hitboxes, or you wouldn't give it the same footprint if the hitboxes were different. I would not think, at least. You can really cram these in here together pretty damn well. Yeah, and in here they're getting a little close to some of the copies, which are in this corner for whatever reason. Now, these probably block the Jeep pathing too, I bet. Because they have physical hitboxes unlike the regular trees. At least for placement. And I think for building too, so I think that would include cars. This is just a tree placing stream. We're just gonna place trees all day. We're gonna keep it all in the video and just watch every tree come down here, and that's content. Alright, let's check these copies. What do they think? Holy smokes, look at that forest need. We're actually over. We can actually trim the enclosure down. That's wild. Okay, so that is absolutely the key to doing these tiny enclosures, is placing manual decorative trees, because you cannot get enough trees actually in there with the brushes because of how tight everything gets. So now the question is, how do we trim this down? Oh, right now. Hold on. Pause. Okay, so let's delete the back row of trees. Like this. So where was this was the segment right here. So I guess we'll do in the middle of those two segments and see if that works. Now, I'm not going to make you guys watch all the trees go in again after this section. That I'll pause for if we put a bunch more trees back in. I'm not a savage. Okay. We're still well above on forest need. That's incredible. This is what we do science for here in Biosyn labs, figuring out what absolutely insane conditions we can put our poor little dinosaurs into. So I think we delete all these trees back here too and try to replace that. We can actually do this first, because if they have enough trees after we delete all these trees, then it is likely viable to trim the enclosure down. Oh, actually, we know we can't trim it all the way down because they didn't have enough area. Yeah, see, the area is actually really low on the threshold. Okay, let's try and trim that down still, though. Let's get greedy. We're Biosyn, right? Let's do it. Okay, so what if I do too close to copy? What if I do this? What if we do? That's gonna look like shit. Too close to copy. That works though. How close? They're right there. Move inland, friend. Let me put you in a cage. So we do say this, and then we do say this. I hate that that's not straight. that still has a curve to it. I think it's because of this section back here and the way the hitboxes work. Area is not sufficient. And unfortunately, we can't position this any tighter. We might be able to, actually. If we do this, minimum length, yes, we can get this tighter. Okay. How do I get this in here? Wait, we do this. Too close. Move, copy 7. Where are you? Copy number 7, please move. Please, sir, please move. Move. Copy. Thank you. Okay, we do that. Then we do delete, delete, delete. We do tiniest pip straight across. There. That trims the size down, keeps the enclosure from looking too weird. And we might have the perfect copy enclosure if I can delete that. There we go. Haha! So there it is. That is the minimum size copy enclosure approximately that we can make. And actually the problem becomes the area before anything else. So we'll put in the other enclosure next to it for the other dinosaur species later, and we'll compare and see which one is actually the better species for very, very tiny pens. I like that there's a whole ass rock right there. That's fun. We never did look at these guys. I mean, they're notoriously hard to look at. We'll spin through them real quick. Number 1, Mangrove Blank. That's a compy, all right. Number 2, Limpopo Rana. Yep, still a compy. Death Valley Pilo. You can actually see him because he's out here eating. Great Sandy Papu. Yellow Stripe compy. Mangrove Papurana. Yellow on green. Another gray one with yellow striping. Green and yellow. A lot of green and yellows in this batch here. Same like that one. Champlain Papu. Blank green. Cycled all the way around. Okay, there's the copies. Boom. Let's get a ranger station in here. We'll put it in. Obstructed by wide path, my ass. Really? You just can't put it in there. Huh. Can we put it in over here? No. It just doesn't fit in that gap. Weird. We'll just put it in over... we'll put it in across the road. That's fine. Alright, Ranger... Oops. Ranger Team 1. You administer that. I'm sorry, is this still out of range? Oh, I never actually assigned a team. Oops. Well, there we go. It's assigned now. They'll be fine. Styxosaurus! Ah, we get the above water camera this time. Another one that looks like it might be bioluminescent. Looks like it. This one is another Pilophylax. That explains it. Svalbard Pilo. Surprised Svalbard's a light-colored skin here. It's usually very dark. And Yukon Pilophylax. We're getting a lot of Pilophylax. They really want us to see the bioluminescent ones. This one's pretty cool looking. Probably the same color as the one we had before. Yeah, Yukon Pilo. We got 2 Yukon Pilos. Alright, that's fine. 6 Styxosauruses. All out doing their thing. Oh, we should also pilot the drone manually. Look at that. We're doing James Cameron Titanic shit. Let's go visit. Actually, this is pretty sick. Just as a way to tour a lagoon. This is kind of awesome. I like that you do have the random fish in here too. That's fun. From the feeders. Very, very cool. Very good feature. Very neat. Bonk. I'm gonna make an avatar. Okay, let's go do other stuff. Tainted feeder rangers. I need you, ranger. Oh, son of a bitch! This ranger station's gonna drive me insane. Pause. Ranger team over here. Ranger team 1. Add a task. Get over there. Okay, medical team. We need to deal with the sick dinosaur. Unreachable by vehicle. I don't believe you. I think you're lying to me. Can't reach destination. Will they not go in? They won't go in there if there's not a gate? They drive over the invisible fence, but if there's not a gate, it still counts as not reachable? Is that actually all this is? No. That is not all this is. Is it the trees? Even though these trees are technically passable? Oh, he's off. They're off. Okay, I guess it's the trees. Even though the trees do not actually block the camera, maybe they do block the cars still. Huh. Maybe that's the innovation to make this work? I don't think that would make sense. Because it was always the rendering power was why you couldn't go into the trees. Because they literally didn't render the interior of the trees. It's probably just some weird oversight with the cars. Oh, disinfect a feeder with hookworms. Okay, that'll happen in a second. We're working on that. Okay, next, we're doing nothing. We're sitting here doing nothing. We should not be sitting here doing nothing. Give me fossils. It's all garbage. Not a single good fossil amongst all of that. All right, Styraco, 97%. We're just looking for the last one. You can go do this. Research tasks, pushing sauropods. 18 genetics, 7, 5, 5, and anybody else? Cheaper research? Sure. Next. Coelophysis. Yes. So, Coelophysis is going on the island. And in theory, Coelophysis is small enough that it... Well, Coelophysis is small enough, period, that it will not fight the ceratopsians. In theory, this might mean that they can live peacefully. That's the question. Or are they going to panic and cause problems? So let's do 50% humble, 50% social, 75% humble, 50% social. Social, humble, resilient, small appetite. Good. Save and exit. This is a min pop of 6, assigning, I guess, these two for positive influence. Sure. Something those Coelophysis. Ranger team has dealt with the thing. Do the research. You, I guess. Faster treatment. Is that one of the worst traits in the game now for a scientist? I think it is. I do think it is. Pretty goddamn bad. Shop check. 457, 00, 1, 453, 452. Yeah, so the one in the back is now actually the one that's the most crowded. Although maybe there's an argument that these are equal thoroughfares? Maybe if this didn't connect... No, I don't think that's it. Well, maybe if it didn't. Maybe if it didn't connect down there, it would actually... I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about those amenities, guys. 100%, 78, 75. Oh, we're like really badly at path capacity here. Holy smokes. Our park is awful. It's a good thing the ratings don't count. I mean, to be fair, the park is awful because the ratings don't count. Like, everything that would drive me to consistently check and make sure the park is doing all right is not present in this map because it's broken. Okay, let's get a hotel. We need one restroom somewhere, one little toilet. Over here, oddly enough. I cannot fit it there. Mobile vet, please administer medication to the hookworm-infested dinosaur over there. Okay, all of our things are done again already. Jeez, that's so fast. It's so quick. We never even extracted. That's fine. We'll just throw you in here. No, we'll just run that. Yeah. Styrac done. Sure. Rest and rest. Research tab. Get me Alamosaurus. Yeah, baby. Cheaper. Cheaper? Expedition for... nothing? Alamosaurus, as you can probably figure, is from Texas. Probably one of these dig sites over here somewhere. So I don't know if there's any reason for us to excavate any Camarasaurus or Dilophosaurus fossils. Yeah, I don't think so. We could just not dig right now. That's fine. Sure. Oh, power. Probably running off of backup generators a little bit somewhere. That's fine. No hookworms. Good. Coelophysis. 10 eggs. Skittish, 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 skittish. I think we can take all 10. Well, do I want 10? Might want just the 9. Minimum social plus 1? I think so. Okay, social humble. So we do have a good alpha. We even have a social humble small appetite. So I think we don't take one of the skittish. Well, they're all pretty samey. Oh, let's look for the one of the most boring skin. Champlain Papu, Sona, Pilo, Salar Blank. Yup, Blanky is gonna stay. No Blankies for us. We do that. How many Struthies did we have here? 19 to 14. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 6. Social on Struthiomimus was what? Three. So we can expunge 4 Struthiomimus, which we want to do. Because this is basically, the experiment on the center island is twofold. One, threefold actually. 1, Coelophysis with herbivores. 2, compact cohabited area. 3, the lagoon nature of the enclosure being closed off. I mean, it's not even an enclosure technically because there's no actual fences, but the lagoon keeps the dinosaurs from escaping. So yeah, let's make sure we get the minimum populations here. So, Struthies, 19. So we got resilient, social, just social. 17 is a candidate for removal. Wait. Okay, I thought he was in the water for a second. Resilient, social, resilient, social, resilient, social. So 17 is the only actively bad one. Which one's the alpha? 14? Okay. Well, 18's a blank. So let's get rid of 18 too. So 17 and 18? Yeah, this capture team, man, it's gonna drive me crazy. So, there's another thing we could do with Lagoon Islands. We could try and trap a Jeep on the island. Instead of having the entire station, we just trap the Jeep there, so the Jeep can do status checks. And of course, if we do have a disease breakout, I guess we actually need to like airlift them off the island for medical treatment. You know, that's kind of a pain in the ass. But if we trapped a medical vehicle there, that would probably be fine too. And I don't think the vehicles need to return to base for fuel. I might be wrong about that, but I think the base fuel and the vehicle is just linked. I don't think the vehicle actually like loads up on fuel. So we might have to try and figure out that too. We might have to just get a medical team over here. I wonder, we could probably catch this when one of the nodes is empty and delete it and sneak a car in there. The problem would be that the Struthies could escape in that moment. Yeah, if we have a disease outbreak, we have no way to actually deal with it. We need to fix that before we bring in the Coelophysis. The more dinos we add, the more of a problem it's going to be. Okay, so we need to... Fuck, this is Capture Game 2. We need to fix that. Let's get rid of those excess Struthies first. And then rework the island after that. So 17 and 18. 17, 18. We can sedate the Struthies and then fix the island while they're sedated, and that'll work. There's the Styrac. So let's look at Styracosaurus. Minimum pop 2, so 3 Styracosaurs. That's the goal here. Styrac, we're doing basically the same thing. Dice roll, give me humble, give me social, save and exit. We will do the synthesis right now, even though we're not going to be able to release these. We can do additional bays. And we can keep queuing up other dinos there. Okay. Yeah, so right now we still got ichthyosaurs everywhere. We should make a save before we mess with this lagoon too, because we might break it and not be able to recreate the island, and I'm more concerned about that. Like, if they all get sick and die, that sucks, but whatever. But if we break the island, then that's a much bigger problem. And yeah, we'll try. So what we'll do is we'll set up a ranger station outside of this area and a medical station outside of this area, and then we'll drive the vehicles in and trap them. And what we can do is we can drive them into this pen that we already have, and then put in fence to trap the cars there until the island is recreated, and see if that works. So we should probably end this episode. A lot of the other ones have been pretty long. This is already 40 minutes. So we'll stop this one here. Next episode, the big thing is going to be working on the island and trying to get that Alamosaurus out. So yeah, actually, hold on. We did that research, right? Let's start digging up Alamosaurus before we end the episode. Alamosaurus from Javelina Formation. Is that still in Texas? Because the tip is like right there. It's like right on the border. Let's look at the Javelina Formation. Obviously, Alamosaurus is named for Texas, but that doesn't mean fossils of it haven't been found across the border. Be the same rock formations. Rocks don't know borders. They spill out to wherever they want to be. Damn border crossing rocks. It is a Texas formation. Let's read a little bit about the Javelina Formation. Maastrichtian Cretaceous rock, 70 to 66. Alamosaurus, Bravoceratops, Gryposaurus, Critosaurus, Quetzalcoatlus, Sauroornitholestes, Indeterminate Saurolophine, Torosaurus, some sort of Trodontid, Tyrannosaurus, some turtles, and another Asdarchid. The Javelina Formation is... Oh, fun. If you click on the map on Wikipedia, it actually zooms. It doesn't show the thing anymore. Yeah, so the map... So it is right on the border of Mexico. Like, right on it. Interesting. Is that the only Alamosaurus dig site then? Probably. Yeah. Alright. Alamosaurus is a 4 to excavate? Huh. That's rather surprising. We'll do the 9 because it speeds it up. 41% duration. And then for research, the next big thing after that is the Barbarodactylus. So we need to get going on aviary research. So let's also queue that up. That takes mostly just welfare. Yeah, let's do these two. All right, we'll get started on the aviary. And get Barbarodactylus out. Maybe I should just research this to get it off the board too. Wait, what is this? Yeah, reduce the comfort limit. We never play with that. That doesn't matter. We need paths. For sure. We can also see if that influences the way the amenities are calculated. And maybe, maybe then if we have wider paths, it actually matters where the actual main thoroughfare is and isn't. I don't think it will, but you never know. And then infrastructure, staff improvements 4 we could do, but not currently. That's not something we can do concurrently with everything else. Power's done, right? Yeah, essentially. And then attractions, we're not doing anything. Can we put the Biosyn platforms inside of aviaries, I wonder? Because that'd be pretty cool. And I wonder if dinosaurs can roost on them. We'll have to check that out. That'll be really interesting to see. So we'll do that in the future. We can also push... We got to push defensive with this. We need to remember to do that. Give me Pachyrhinosaurus. Boom. All right, and then we're done. So that'll be the actual proper end of the episode. You know, that research queued up. Until the future.